So what I call that in my book when I'm talking about how to dominate a market is the force multiplier, by land, by air, by sea. So I think we could add a ton of value on today's show by kind of diving deep. So let's talk about the agent. Maybe they're newer, or maybe their business is just kind of up and down and they're looking for an inexpensive to almost no cost strategy. What I would do is exactly what you said. Let's go target higher end rental complexes. Mm-hmm. So what I would do is I would call and say, how much do you charge for a 3-bedroom? Okay, because most homes are 3-bedroom. And I would find out what that upper end rental payment is. In my market, it's probably going to be upwards of $1,700 a month. Mm-hmm. So now what I would do is I would say, okay, at $1,700 a month, what type of home could they afford? Now, in my market in Frisco, not much, right? The average home is probably right now mid-4s to low-5s, right? But there's some things in the 300, 350 range. So what I would do is get with my lender and I would say, okay, Ryan, if I had a buyer and they were putting down, you still there? There you go.
I'm there.
Okay, cool. If they were putting down 20% and they were going conventional, what would their maximum mortgage amount be that would keep their payment at $1,700, $1,800 a month? And let's just say, for an example, I don't, not exact math here, but let's just say it was 350 grand, right? Put down 20%, that's 70,000. They're financing 280 at 5%. That's what, about 1,400. You add on taxes and everything else, probably puts them where they need to be. So I would then go and I'd say, okay, so these people can afford $350,000 if they have a down payment. And I would go put together a list of homes that are priced in around $300,000 to $375,000. And I would door knock. I would door hang. If you don't want to door knock, door hang. Put a hanger there. Yep. And I would say, thinking about buying a home, here's a free list of homes that you can own for less than what you pay in rent. Visit www.ownforlessthanrent.com. So anytime you're marketing, the more specific you are, the better quality response you're going to get. When I first moved to Frisco, I lived in Camden. It was a rental complex because I wasn't sure where I wanted to live. So I would put something like, attention Camden renters. So what you're doing specifically right here in the headline is you are calling out your target audience. So Camden renters, and then you can play with it. Are you tired of renting? Or, there's a bunch of, cool little rental headlines in there. So are you tired of renting? Or did you know you can own a home for less than what you're paying in rent? So there's 2 variations of a headline that you can test. And when you're doing marketing, guys, testing is important, right? So one of these headlines may outproduce the other headline. You can even put, as a sub, if you're paying $1,700 a month in rent, here's a free list of homes for sale in Frisco that you can own for less than what you're paying in rent. Now we're starting to put something together here. We're calling out our target market. We're letting them know that they can own for less than rent. We're giving them tangible, that tangible $1,700 a month is going to be really relevant to them because that's what they're paying, because you need to go do your research. And then you can say, get your free list of homes, visit www. And then buy what I call a vanity URL. Go to GoDaddy. You can get it for $10 and you own it for a year. The key here is, you want it something ownforlessthanrent.com. Camden rent ownforless.com. Something specific, right? Just go and throw them into GoDaddy. They'll tell you what's available. And then what you're going to do is go to your website. You're going to set up a search, right? I would go in and I'd set my parameters. And if you don't have a website, you can do it for free. Go to your MLS, go print out a list of homes, go set the criteria to the city and price range, go, 370 to 325, and then print it out, but print it as a PDF. Right. This way you can take that document and, there's a bunch of hosting sites, right? You can go to Dropbox. I love Google Drive because it's free. It comes with my G Suite. And then what you do is you go in there, you upload it as a file, and then there's a share button. And you put share with anyone who has this link. So then when they go to that website, what I would highly recommend is you actually have a lead capture, like, hey, thanks for getting thanks for your interest in your free list of homes you can own for less than renting. Click here to get your list. When they click here, it pops up and says, great, tell us who to send the list to, name and email. Yep. And then they click it, and that button sends them right to their free report. So you've actually delivered on your promise, but on the back end, you now have captured a name and an email, right? And you know where they live. So now there's now you can door knock, you can circle prospect, phone call in and around that area. There's a bunch of other ways that now you can get that lead, but you've now caused somebody to self-identify that they are interested in buying a home. You can do that not just for condo complexes. Let's say you are in an area where there aren't these types of homes, or maybe your rental complexes are lower dollar. Here's how you get around that. You go to your MLS and you run a search for the last 12 months of homes that have rented, and then find the 50 or 100 that have rented at a higher price, $1,800 to $2,000 or $2,200, because now those people, if they can afford that payment, most likely. Right, they're not, now you're not trying to bottom feed. Now you're being more specific, and you're going to be targeting buyers who could buy at a higher price point.
Now, I love that idea. Do you have a method of being able to target those specific individuals on Facebook?
Yeah, so condo complexes are easier, guys, because you can go and drop a pin in the center and then bring it down to a 1 mile radius, okay? And you can target anybody who lives in that area. So not only will they get your postcard, maybe you send them an actual piece of mail plus a postcard. Maybe you put a door hanger, and now they're seeing your ads with a similar message. So that's the compound effect. That's the force multiplier effect. That's how we teach agents how to dominate the market, is by being laser focused in taking over a specific area.
Right. Now, if you get that list of homes from the MLS that rented over a certain amount, is there a way to target those people? Can you use the address? Is there a way to get their information to be able to put it into a custom list? What's your thoughts on that?
You can upload by address. So you could take, I think, up to 200 addresses, and you can bulk upload theirs. Here's the challenge with that. The geographic targeting only allows you to go as small as 1 mile. So you're going to be hitting a lot of the perimeter. So if you upload 100 addresses, it might tell you your audience is 100,000 people, but there's only 100 renters. So how do you get around that? You make your ad say exactly what we did on the target. Attention, Camden renters. So guess what? If I'm one of the surrounding homes in the area, I'm going to bypass that ad because it's meaningless to me. But because we have good ad copy, we're calling out our specific target market, it's going to capture their attention. What I would also do is take my phone, I'd drive by, I'd snap a picture of the front entrance, and that would be my image. Why? Because people are going to recognize it, and it's going to stop them from scrolling in their newsfeed and say, hey, I live there. Okay? So you captured their attention with the image, you stop the scroll. Usually people then go to the headline below, says, own for less than what you're paying in rent. Okay, curiosity. Now I'll go read the description that says, hey, Camden renters, if you're paying $1,700 or more in rent, did you know that you can own a home in Frisco? We've put together a free list of the 42 homes that you can own for less than rent. Visit ownlessthanrent.com to see your free list of homes. That is a simple ad that you can then go put as little as $5 a day behind, because it's very targeted to that market. What's cool about this strategy is you can run them to your website, or you can do it as a Facebook lead generation ad where everything happens inside of Facebook, where you capture name, email, phone number, and the last button says download your list of homes. And then you don't need any technology. Like, we're giving you zero cost, zero technology. You can implement this in less than an hour today and start generating leads for as little as $5 a day.
So repeat that back.
Yeah, these are zero cost, 0 technology strategies that you can implement in the next 60 minutes in your business and start generating leads today.